If you're over 60 and feeling your strength fade, you might think losing muscle is just a normal part of getting older. My name is Ezekiel. I am Amish. And while I am not a doctor, our community has spent generations watching closely and asking the right questions instead of guessing. I have seen firsthand how our folks stay incredibly strong into their 80s or stepping foot inside a commercial gym. Modern experts want you to buy complex supplements, while the real secret to aging well lies in humble kitchens and simple farm pantries. Right now, I am going to share 10 low-cost, traditional foods that natural farmers have used for generations to build strong muscle and protect aging joints. These are basic foods you can find at your local store. For just a few dollars, yet they contain the exact nutrients your aging body desperately needs to repair itself. Stick with me as we skip the confusing medical jargon, and I will show you exactly how to add these simple farm foods to your daily routine so you can finally reclaim your strength.
Today, we are tackling a subject that weighs heavily on many of us as the years pass. You look in the mirror, or perhaps you feel a little less steady carrying the groceries from the car to the kitchen, and you wonder, is this just what getting older feels like? Is muscle loss an inevitable slide into frailty?
In our communities, we do not view aging as an invitation to slow down until you stop. We view aging as a golden season of life, a time when your body should still be a reliable tool, ready to help you garden, walk with your grandchildren, and live independently. Yet, modern society tells you that after 60, your muscles naturally waste away, your joints are bound to grind, and your only real option is to buy expensive powders, specialized shakes, and gym memberships that feel more like chores than health solutions. That narrative is entirely false.
True strength does not come from a plastic tub with a shiny label. It comes from the earth, from traditional preparation methods, and from eating whole foods that our ancestors relied upon before convenience foods took over our pantries. Today, we are breaking down 10 cheap traditional foods that build high muscle fast, specifically chosen to support the unique needs of men and women over 60. No complicated science, no impossible workouts, just honest, time-tested nutrition.
Let us begin with the ultimate foundation of traditional strength, slow-simmered bone broth. If you walk into any modern grocery store, you will see rows of expensive protein isolates marketed to seniors to prevent muscle wasting. But long before those products existed, our kitchens always had a heavy iron pot simmering on the back of the wood stove.
As we age, our bodies produce less collagen and protein synthesis slows down. This means not only do we lose muscle mass, but our connective tissues, tendons, and joint linings also weaken.
Bone broth is uniquely rich in easily absorbable amino acids like glycine and proline, alongside natural gelatin and minerals like calcium and magnesium. Unlike muscle meats alone, bone broth provides the exact building blocks needed to repair the connective tissue surrounding your muscles. When your joints do not hurt, you can move more. When you move more, your muscles stay active. It is a simple cycle of vitality. You do not need to buy expensive store-bought cartons filled with preservatives. Keep your leftover chicken bones, beef knuckles, or turkey frames in your freezer. Toss them into a slow cooker or large pot with a splash of apple cider vinegar, which helps pull the minerals out of the bones. Cover with water and let it simmer low and slow for 12 to 24 hours. Drink a warm mug of it every morning, like tea, or use it as the base for your daily soups and stews. It is cheap, deeply comforting, and remarkably effective for keeping your frame sturdy. The second item on our list is a staple found in almost every rural backyard, the humble egg. For decades, eggs were unfairly criticized by modern nutritional trends, but wisdom from the land always knew better. Eggs are nature's original multivitamin, and for someone over 60 looking to rebuild strength quickly, they are unmatched.
Eggs contain the highest biological value protein available, meaning your body can absorb and utilize almost every single gram of it without wasting energy. More importantly,
The yolk is packed with leucine, an essential amino acid that acts like a switch, directly triggering muscle protein synthesis in aging bodies. As we age, our muscles become resistant to this switch, meaning we need a bit more quality protein per meal to get the same muscle-building effect. Eggs also provide vitamin D and choline, which support nerve function and muscle contraction, keeping your reflexes sharp and your balance steady.
Forget egg white-only diets. The real nutrition is in the golden yolk. Enjoy 2 or 3 whole pastured eggs every morning, fried simply in a touch of real butter or boiled for a quick snack during farm chores. They require zero preparation skill, cost very little, and provide sustained energy that carries you through the morning without an afternoon crash. This might surprise modern health enthusiasts, but traditional strength requires healthy, unadulterated fats. In our communities, we never feared butter, whole milk, or cream. Your muscles and hormones require healthy fats to function optimally. As we age, our hormone levels naturally shift, which can make retaining muscle mass harder. Saturated fats and fat-soluble vitamins found in traditional dairy, such as vitamin K2 and vitamin A, play a critical role in directing calcium straight into your bones, where it belongs, rather than letting it build up in your arteries or joints. Furthermore, conjugated linoleic acid, CLA, found in grass-fed dairy, has been shown in traditional diets to help preserve lean body mass while supporting metabolic health.
Use real butter generously on your vegetables and whole grains. If you have access to local, clean raw milk or traditional whole-fat cottage cheese, incorporate them into your daily meals. A small bowl of traditional cottage cheese before bed, for example, provides a slow-digesting protein that repairs your muscle fibers while you sleep. A strong body cannot build muscle if it cannot absorb nutrients properly. As we age, stomach acid production naturally declines, making it harder to break down food and extract the protein and minerals necessary for strength. This is where fermentation comes in.
Traditional fermentation creates living probiotics and organic acids that pre-digest the food, making it remarkably easy on an aging digestive tract. When your gut is healthy and populated with beneficial bacteria, your body absorbs amino acids, iron, and calcium far more efficiently. Better nutrient absorption directly translates to better muscle repair and less systemic inflammation, which is the root cause of painful, stiff joints. You do not need fancy probiotic pills. Keep a jar of traditional salt-fermented sauerkraut made with just cabbage and salt, no vinegar, in your root cellar or refrigerator. Eat 2 forkfuls alongside your lunch or dinner every single day. It cleanses the palate, aids heavy digestion, and ensures every other nutritious food you eat actually works for your body. Energy is the currency of physical activity. If you want to build muscle and stay active past 60, you need sustained, slow-burning fuel, not the quick sugar spikes found in processed breakfast cereals. Traditional steel-cut or rolled oats provide complex carbohydrates and soluble fiber called beta-glucan. As we age, maintaining stable blood sugar is critical because high blood sugar creates inflammation that degrades muscle tissue and stiffens joints. Whole grains provide steady energy to fuel your daily walks, gardening, and light resistance tasks without causing insulin spikes. They also contain essential minerals like magnesium, which helps relax your muscles and prevent painful cramps at night. Cook a pot of old-fashioned oats slowly on the stove with a pinch of salt and a splash of whole milk. Top it with a dab of butter and a spoonful of raw honey. It is a warm, filling start to the day that fuels your muscles for hours of productive work around the home and yard. For generations, rural families relied on dry beans and lentils as a primary source of sustenance through the long winter months. They are inexpensive, store indefinitely, and pack an incredible nutritional punch. Beans are a powerhouse of plant-based protein, complex carbohydrates, and soluble fiber. They are exceptionally high in potassium and magnesium, 2 minerals that older adults often lack. Potassium is vital for preventing muscle weakness and maintaining proper muscle contraction, while magnesium keeps your joints flexible
and your heart beating steadily. Combining beans with a traditional grain, like corn or oats, creates a complete amino acid profile that rivals meat at a fraction of the cost.
Instead of buying canned beans loaded with sodium and preservatives, buy dry beans in bulk. Soak them overnight in water with a splash of raw apple cider vinegar to break down the complex sugars that cause discomfort. Then simmer them slowly with onions, garlic, and a piece of salt pork or bone broth until tender. They make a deeply satisfying, muscle-nourishing meal that costs pennies per serving.
While many people think of salmon when they think of healthy fish, small fish like sardines and mackerel are the true hidden champions of traditional wisdom.
Sardines are packed with two things that aging bodies desperately need: ultra-lean protein and massive amounts of omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3s act as a natural fire extinguisher for chronic joint inflammation, easing the stiffness that makes getting out of a chair difficult in the morning. Because you eat sardines whole, including the tiny, soft bones, you also get a natural, highly absorbable dose of calcium and phosphorus that strengthens your skeletal system without needing synthetic pills.
Keep a few tins of wild-caught sardines packed in olive oil or water in your pantry. Mash them up with a little mustard or farm butter and spread them over traditional whole grain toast or eat them with crackers. It takes less than 2 minutes to prepare, costs very little, and provides an immense boost to your joints and muscles.
Modern diet trends often demonize root vegetables for their carbohydrates, but traditional communities understood that root vegetables are the ultimate medicine for endurance and physical resilience.
Root vegetables like carrots, beets, and potatoes absorb minerals directly from deep within the earth. Beets, in particular, are rich in natural dietary nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide opens up your blood vessels, improving blood flow and delivering oxygen and vital nutrients directly to your aging muscles while you move. This means less fatigue, better stamina during your daily walks, and faster recovery when you exert yourself.
The old saying goes, "An apple a day keeps the doctor away." While it sounds like a simple folk saying, there is deep scientific truth hidden inside the humble apple, especially for older adults.
Apples, particularly with their skins intact, are rich in a powerful plant compound called ursolic acid. Scientific studies have shown that ursolic acid helps prevent muscle atrophy and actually promotes muscle growth by changing how genes express themselves in skeletal muscle. Furthermore, apples are rich in vitamin C, which is required for your body to manufacture its own collagen, keeping your joint cartilage cushioned and resilient.
Eat them fresh and unpeeled, straight from the basket on your porch, or slice them up and simmer them gently into a chunky, unsweetened applesauce with a pinch of cinnamon. It is a sweet, refreshing treat that actively fights muscle wastage and supports joint mobility.
We finish our list with a sweet gift from nature: raw, unprocessed, local honey and bee pollen. In traditional communities, honey was never viewed merely as a sweetener. It was valued as a premier restorative food.
Raw honey contains natural enzymes, antioxidants, and trace minerals that support rapid recovery and soothe inflammation. When combined with bee pollen, often called nature's most complete food, you get a concentrated burst of B vitamins, amino acids, and free-form proteins that nourish your nervous system and support muscle repair. A spoonful of raw honey before physical activity provides a clean, fast-burning energy source that avoids the crash associated with refined white sugar.
Stir a teaspoon of raw, unfiltered local honey into your herbal tea or warm bone broth each evening. If you can source bee pollen granules from a local beekeeper, sprinkle a tiny pinch over your morning yogurt or oatmeal. It is a sweet, traditional way to top off a diet designed to keep you strong, capable, and independent for decades to come.
As we look back over these 10 traditional, low-cost foods, a clear picture emerges. Building high muscle mass and protecting your joints after 60 does not require a complicated science degree, expensive gym equipment, or artificial supplements that drain your retirement savings. It requires what our communities have practiced for generations: simplicity, whole foods sourced directly from nature, and a return to the kitchen table. You do not have to accept physical decline as an unavoidable sentence. By making small, intentional choices, adding a mug of bone broth to your morning, enjoying pasture-raised eggs, keeping fermented vegetables in your fridge, and eating real, honest foods, you can give your body the exact tools it needs to rebuild itself.
Start with just 1 or 2 changes this week. Pick up a tin of sardines, simmer a pot of bone broth, or bake a tray of root vegetables. Listen to your body, respect the wisdom of the past, and take back your strength, one simple meal at a time. Thank you for joining us today on Amish Health. If this brought value to your day, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment below sharing your favorite traditional remedy, and stay tuned for our next video. Until then, stay healthy, stay strong, and God bless.